Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hello there, I'm Djinn. This is Marvel Heroes, all things Ghost Rider. In this video, we're going to talk about Ghost Rider, his powers, his costumes, and some other stuff. Now I want to start this out by saying, originally I was never the biggest Ghost Rider fan in the world, but after playing him in this game, I have to say he is crazy good. He feels amazing, he feels powerful, he looks amazing, and everything just goes together so well. He's definitely worth checking out, and I haven't fully decided yet, but he might be my new main. One of the things I noticed when playing Ghost Rider is he does feel sort of unique in the sense, like whereas some of the other heroes might feel similar to one or two other heroes, but when I play Ghost Rider, I don't really get that feeling. To me, he feels unique, and he definitely feels like his own man. Alright, and starting out with the costumes, this is the Ghost Rider modern costume. This is his default costume. It's leather jacket, spiked accessories, chain sash, looks pretty cool. Next up we have the Ghost Rider original costume. This is a little less biker, a little more superhero type. And finally, out of the available costumes for Ghost Rider at the current time, this is the Ghost Rider What If Fantastic Four. This is pretty standard Fantastic Four issued uniform, but he put a little touch of his own on it with the spikes, and this is what we get. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite Ghost Rider costume is, and I will tell you what my favorite Ghost Rider costume is at the end of the video.
Come along, if you dare.
Come along, if you dare. That's right. Alright, let's get started off with the powers. We'll start out in the Chains tree. Now, 2 out of his 3 basic powers are in the Chains tree. This is it. First one's Chain Thrash. Second one's Chain Lash. Well, what's the difference, you might ask? Here it is. Oh no, I can't reach. So this is the first basic power that he starts with. That's all fine and dandy. It does weaken the enemy when he hits them and all that cool stuff. It lasts on them for 5 seconds. This one... Whoa, I hit him. I didn't even move and I hit him. Okay, well that one's got a much farther range. As you can see, the range on this one is pretty sweet. That's why I like it. The other one might be better for whacking things, but I like this one just because of the range. I love this power. Alright, and the next power in Chains is Chain Snare. Immobilize enemies in an area with arcane chains, damaging them over time. So as you can imagine, this will immobilize them, and it puts a little dot on them, I guess. They'll take damage. Use it. That's what it does. See how it has the little chain on them, and it killed them. The next power is Whirling Chain. Hold down the hotkey to spin a chain around your head. Physical damage per hit. Attack speed, blah 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 blah. As you put points into this, you'll just increase the damage. And this is what it looks like. I actually like this power a lot. It's pretty cool looking. The next power is Flay. This will have a little cone AoE effect on the ground. It does physical damage and has a chance to knock the enemy down. As you put points into it, you just increase the damage. This is what it looks like.
No one defies the spirit of vengeance.
The next power is Condemn. This does physical damage, and as you put points into it, you'll increase the damage. It also pulls enemies to you. It has a little bit of a longer cooldown than what we've seen on his powers so far. As you can see, it pulls the enemies right to me. Alright, and the next power is Judgment. This is a range area fighting chain. Slam your chain down on enemies in front of you. When you hit an enemy with the Hellfire debuff, consume the debuff to heal yourself instead of reading the other benefits. This does physical damage, blah blah blah, rate of fire. Consume Hellfire effects, healing you for 175 health or whatever. As you put points into it, you increase the amount of health gained and you increase the physical damage. This is what it looks like. Well, that was kind of... yeah, this is what it looks like. Alright, and the final power here in the Chain tree is Chains Ablaze. This is a passive and kind of not a passive. Increases crit chance with chain powers. When your chain strikes an enemy afflicted with Hellfire, you gain Spirit. Activate to ignite your chains with Hellfire. Okay, so that means you turn it on, and then you light guys on fire. It does bonus damage and mental damage over time. This is what it looks like when you activate it. He whips some chains around, and now when you hit guys, you light them on fire. Alright, let's move on to the Hellfire tree. The first power is Inferno. This is ranged area Hellfire. Ignite an area with a column of Hellfire. This does mental damage twice per second, and it has an area duration of blah blah blah. As you put points into it, you increase the damage. This is what it looks like. You just slap a circle on the ground. It's actually got a pretty nice range. Here is the range you can do it in. And let's find some bros to burn. Hello there, kind sirs. Run right through it. See, as they stand in the fire, it lights them on fire. and kills them. Next up in the Hellfire tree is the power with the same name, Hellfire, range, basic, area, Hellfire. This is the third basic attack that I was talking about. This is what it looks like. It shoots enemies, lights them on fire, does mental damage. Alright, and next up we have Damnation. This is range fighting Hellfire. You hold down your hotkey for this one. This will blast out a little cone of mental damage in front of you. When it hits enemies, it'll also lower their vulnerability, so it'll take 10% more damage. As you put points into this, it will increase the damage, and this is what it looks like. You just hold it down. You hold the key down, and you just blow fire like a dragon. And this is what it does to men. This is not something you want to get hit by. If you are a man, it will hurt. Alright, next up is Penance Stare. This is actually Ghost Rider's signature power, if you couldn't tell by the purple. Decimate an enemy's mind, dealing damage based on their missing health and making them cower. This does a ton of damage. As you put points into this, you'll increase the mental damage and the fear. I guess cower, fear, whatever. So this also does 1% base damage per 1% of target's missing health, which is cool. And it has a synergy with Hell on Wheels, which is his ultimate power. So let's go ahead and look at it. This is what it looks like. It's really quick. Boom. Just did 82,000. That was non-crit. Okay, and the next power is Protect the Innocent. This is a passive. This gives you a defense rating and a chance to ignore projectiles. And it also has an aura effect. When one of your allies goes below 30%, they'll gain a temporary damage shield, and that will absorb a certain amount of damage. Depending on how many points you have in it, that shield will go up, as well as the defense rating and the chance to ignore projectiles. And finally, in the Hellfire tree, we have Infernal Will. This is another passive. Increase your healing rate, doubled if you stand in an Inferno. If you'd fall in battle, heal yourself instead. So this will raise your maximum health and regenerate some health per second. And when you die, you'll regenerate 10% of your maximum health, regenerate 700 health per second for 3 seconds, and it has a cooldown of 10 minutes. That's just the on-death part that has the cooldown. Now, when you put points into it, you'll increase the health, you'll increase the regeneration rate, and the amount you'll come back with when you die. As well as the cooldown, it lowers the cooldown. Alright, and finally we have the Vengeance Tree. The first power we'll look at is Burn the Treads. This is an amazing power, one of my favorite powers in the game. It's very unique feeling to me. I don't know, it just looks awesome, feels awesome, it feels powerful. Rev the bike up and send it flying, dealing damage to enemies in front of you. So what you do is you just hold down the hotkey, you get this sweet bike, you rev it up, you let go, and you just send it ghost riding off into enemies. It leaves a trail of fire behind it as well, which hurts enemies that stand in it. This is what it does to enemies. It's like bowling, or it's like ghost riding a bike into a bunch of dudes. Anyways, yeah, that is one of my favorite powers in the game right now. I love it. Alright, next up is Dread. This is an Aura Vengeance. Break free of controlling effects, becoming immune for a short duration. So this is basically a CC break or whatever. And will make nearby enemies cower. I don't think anything here is going to CC me, but we can at least use it and see the fear effect. And yes, this does break CC as well. So if I'm bound or entangled or whatever you want to call it, you pop that and you'll be out and immune to it. Alright, next up is Wheelie. This is a movement power. Summon your bike to carry you through enemies. It does physical damage. As you put points into it, you'll increase the physical damage. I just have 1 point into it because I use it for mobility. It's pretty fast. You can spam it. You can ride wheelies all over town. And, yeah. Next we have Ride. So this one's a little bit different. You hold down the hotkey to drive around while on a hell bike, leaving a trail of fire behind. This increases your movement speed. It does mental damage, the fire that's left behind and stuff. And as you put points into it, you'll increase the damage and the movement speed. So this is what it looks like. It's actually pretty sweet. You can ride a bike. Like, what other hero can do this? None. That's right. You drive through guys, put them in the fire, they're going to start dropping dead. See that? Just from running them over. You run these guys over, and then that is a bad day for them. Next, we have Hell from Above. Grab a hold of your bike as it lunges from the flames into the air, crash down deep in front of your enemies, knocking them up when you land. This does physical damage, and as you put points into it, you'll increase that damage. And this is what it does to enemies. Bam. Alright, and the next power is Spirit of Vengeance. It's a passive, and the way this works is the less health you have, the more damage you'll do. So it has different tiers, 75% health, 50% health, 25% health. Each one of those thresholds you meet, the damage will go up. and the damage ignored will go up. As you put points into it, you'll increase all of those damage ratings and damage ignored. Alright, and finally we have Infernal Contract. This is a power where you sacrifice some of your health, and in exchange you'll gain a great buff. This will increase your critical and brutal strike rating as well as their damage ratings. It'll last for 8 seconds, and as you put points into it, you'll just increase those numbers. This is what it looks like when you use it. You pop it, you get a little shield icon, you turn on fire. It does take 50% of your health. And yeah, when this fire is on you, you know you're a steamroller, baby. And you'll just steamroll all your enemies. And finally, we have Ghost Rider's ultimate power. It's called Hell on Wheels. It's movement area Hellfire Vengeance. Ride your bike around, calling down Hellfire around you. This ultimate is amazing. It does all kinds of damage. It summons pillars twice every second. So let's just look at it. Alright, well, here it goes. This is his ultimate. He spins around riding spinners. We're riding spinners. We don't stop. See all the, well, that kind of made short work of those guys. But yeah, you spin your chain around, you see these fire explosions on the ground. That really hurts the enemies as well. And yeah, that was Hell on Wheels. Alright, and it's that time for the end of the video, and here it is. I told you I'd tell you what my favorite costume was, and this is it. I like the Ghost Rider modern costume. But the What If Fantastic Four costume is actually a close second. And that's it for Ghost Rider for now. I just want to put out real quick that I've been streaming Marvel Heroes every night since sometime last week, and I plan on streaming it every night for a while, I guess. I don't know, I've been streaming it, I've been having a ton of fun. So if you're the type of person that likes to watch streams, or maybe you've never watched a stream and you want to check it out, I'll have a link to it in the bottom. You can come hang out with me and chat. And yeah, I'm pretty new at streaming. I haven't done it a lot, so if you want to leave me feedback on my stream while you're there, that is more than welcome. And aside from that, I just want to say thanks a ton for watching. This is Marvel Heroes All Things Ghost Rider. I hope you have a great day. See you later!